Let's continue our reflection from yesterday. Pray. Catholic churches, as we know from our own experience, have closed, with masses and other parish services being cancelled by many bishops. These are prudent and necessary measures designed to keep people healthy. But they come at some cost. For many people, this removes one of the most consoling parts of their lives, the Mass and the Eucharist, and isolates them even more from the community at a time when they most need support. What can we do instead? Well, as we know, here in our own parish, we have our live stream masses and services. But even if you cannot find a live stream mass or a service, we can all pray on our own. And when we do, remember that you're still part of a community. There's also a long-standing tradition which we're practicing here in our parish of receiving a spiritual communion, when if you cannot participate in the Mass in person, you unite yourself with God in prayer. Remember that you're still part of a community, and be creative. You can meditate on the Sunday Gospel on your own, consult a Bible commentary about the readings, gather your family to talk about the Gospel, or call friends and share your experience of how God is present to you even in the midst of a crisis. The persecuted Christians in the early church prayed and shared their faith in the catacombs, and we can do the same. Remember that Jesus said, "Where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, I am there with them." Remember too that the church is not a building, the church is a community. Trust that God is with you. Many people, especially those who are sick, may feel a sense of isolation that compounds their fear. And many of us, even if we're not infected, will know people who are sick and even die. So most naturally, many people will ask, why is this happening? Many people, especially those who are sick, may feel a sense of isolation that compounds their fear. There's no satisfactory answer to that question, which is at the core as to why suffering exists, something that the saints and theologians have pondered over the centuries. In the end, it is the greatest of mysteries, and the question is, can you believe in a God that you don't understand? At the same time, we know that Jesus understands our suffering and accompanies us in the most intimate of ways. Remember that during his public ministry, Jesus spent a great deal of his time with those who were sick. And before modern medicine, almost any infection could kill you. Thus, lifespans were short, only 30 or 40 years. In other words, Jesus knew the world of illness. Jesus then understands all the fears and worries that we have. Jesus understands us, not only because he is divine and understands all things, but because he is human and experienced all things. Go to him in prayer and trust that he hears you and is with you.